Cheers.
Good, guys.
Cheers. Well, thanks for coming to the pub quiz on AI. So the first question out of the pub glass is, how is AI changing the world? Tim?
Well, AI's been actually around for a long time, going way back into the 1950s, Turing and things. It's only starting to come into our faces now and become what, we see every day. But, those email items you get in, they personalise offers, you think they're great? Well, that's AI. Yep. You log onto that website and there's an item in there that you really want, but you didn't know you wanted it until you saw it. I mean, that's AI at the back end. So it really is beginning to come into our faces all the time.
And do you think that that's because we've seen a convergence of kind of technology, compute power, mobile, data science?
Yeah. I mean, everything's coming together. It's that data lake is really important now. Data is the new oil. It really is. And anything that can understand that. So as you said, bring in mobile, bring in the compute power, everything that allows us to be able to do personalised shopping offers for you and you. Well, that's that data lake.
What do you think, Frankie?
Yeah, I think all those personal applications are really interesting. Like, a lot of people don't realise that that Spotify playlist, that's powered by AI, all those kind of things. I think for me the interesting application is more towards the commercial and healthcare side. So IBM Watson, built for Jeopardy, built for a game show, kind of to prove a point, and is now being applied to a whole range of industries, in particularly developing countries. It's using that data and really learning how best they might distribute healthcare, how best they might improve their education, where those areas are.
Right.
So I think that side of it is really interesting.
And isn't there some stuff that we're doing on, like cyber security and fraud detection?
Indeed. I mean, we're working with clients on that one. It's really important now. So these aren't things that are in your face. But at the back end, we're using AI, we're using that to predict, for instance, if there's going to be fraud on your account. Now with cyber security and things, that's really important. If we can get rid of that and understand that, and we can use AI to do that, then those tools are well worth it. So risk averse companies, and for banking industries, can be vital.
Well, so I think we've got a great question here, which is, is it just hype?
No.
It's everywhere though, isn't it? It's like it's all over the news, it's over the internet.
When you've got Stephen Hawking and Elon Musk taking it seriously, you just can't ignore it.
Well,
it's here.
Stephen Hawking's just recently said that the AI genie has been let out of the bottle, and about genies, you can't get those back in the bottle, can you?
But haven't we seen this all before? I mean, like Space Odyssey 2001, and things that were made in the 70s and 80s about this promised land, and
But AI is not just about that, space vision. It's, as we've just talked about, it's everything in the back end. But recently, I mean, it was actually today it was launched, I think, a robot called Pepper has been launched, come in as a virtual receptionist. So yes, it's cost £26,000. That receptionist has been replaced, but that receptionist can go off and do something within the same company that's more useful. But that robot can actually understand your emotions.
Does it look like Peppa Pig?
I'm afraid not. Though I'm sure,
unless it looks like Peppa Pig.
I'm sure that we could come across that, and we could have a Peppa Pig robot, couldn't we?
If we implement this in Spark, I want a Peppa Pig.
Right, I think so.
What do you think?
I don't know. Do I want to be greeted by a robot? I think I find that a little bit difficult. You're losing that relationship.
But don't we all now, nobody phones up anymore, do they? I mean, it's all chatbot, it's all sending an email.
So think of someone that's been using an AI receptionist for 20 years, that's just been literally born now. That's going to be the norm. Yeah. I might not like it, you might not like it, but the new generation of people where they see robots and Peppa the Pigs, whether they be Peppa or not, it's going to be their norm. They're not going to want,
Sure.
All right, so, I mean, this question is going to be on everybody's lips, right? Which is, are people going to lose their jobs?
Well, we've just seen that receptionists potentially are going to lose their jobs. I think that's really tricky, and that's the thing that everybody is scared of. And you can kind of categorise, well, I say people have tried to categorise which jobs potentially can be taken by AI and which ones are unlikely to. And at the end of the scale where they're looking at it is sort of repeatable, predictable physical tasks.
Right.
You can already see it in all of the car factories, it's already happening. So people are terrified about this thing, but it's actually already in play. You kind of go down the scale towards data, again, all this data processing, all these automated testing systems, they're already in process. So unfortunately that end of the scale is.
So, call centres back back office staff, case management,
Yeah.
even legal stuff, I guess, going through contracts.
Basic legal stuff, insurance claims, all of those things can be automated. So there is a danger there.
Yeah.
What you're going to find though is there are new jobs going to come out because of this. So taking in that case on the legal, so there's a company that has recently got rid of 5 paralegals. However, they've been replaced by 10 people to do the AI and the chatbots. So actually, we're employing more people,
It's just a shift.
but they're becoming more productive within that agency.
Okay. Well, so they actually can process more legal claims.
Indeed.
More
So,
clients.
the legal questions still get answered, but this time they're being answered by the chatbot, by the personal assistant. That's going to have to be programmed and understood, and 10 people are doing that programming.
But I guess they've got to have a growth within their business, otherwise they've just added costs. right?
Indeed,
So,
indeed,
yeah,
indeed.
yeah.
But so you'll see a replacement of staff with different staff, and even UX consultants. There's going to be a new breed of those that need to do conversational UX consultants. That's a brand new job that hasn't even really been thought about yet.
And do you think, I mean, there's the last kind of point on that, which is around, do you think that, there's sort of doctors will be replaced, or actually we'll see AI tools much better at diagnosis, much better about kind of picking up, early symptoms and things because of the data, because of the kind of, real-time analysis that can happen. Do you think that they'll add to the kind of doctor experience, or do you think we'll see kind of healthcare professionals be replaced as well?
I mean, I would love to see it working alongside, and it actually already is. So IBM Watson is already being employed in such a thing. It's helping to make decisions, it's helping you to make that decision faster. Rather than Google searching the things you think you need to find 17 other similar cases and contacting those doctors, this system can actually identify similar cases, it can give you advice, it can tell you other people who've done similar operations. So, there is an argument that you can automate them, but I would like to see it certainly side by side in those instances.
Cool. All right. Well, here's to Peppa Pig the robot.
Peppa Pig the robot.
We'll get one of those pink ones in.
Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers.